There's a kind of strength that does not get remembered. It does not make the news. It does not stand at a podium or sign anything with a fountain pen. It wakes up early, tends to what needs tending, and quietly makes sure that when everyone else comes home, there is a home to come back to. I think about those women a lot, the ones who kept going, not because it was easy, but because stopping was never something they considered. Take the 1930s homemaker. The Depression had taken the savings, sometimes the house, often the husband's work. She was left with a nearly empty pantry and a table full of people who needed feeding. She did not give up on the idea of a good meal. She adapted it. She made pie with Ritz crackers dissolved in spiced syrup because apples cost too much. She baked chocolate cake with no eggs, no butter, and no milk, mixing it right in the pan to save on washing up. She stretched a pot of beans into 3 days of meals and called it good cooking. Because it was. She did it anyway. The 1940s homemaker had a ration book. Every week she was handed a small booklet of stamps that told her exactly how much butter, sugar, and meat her family was allowed. And she made it work. She planned. She substituted. She grew vegetables in her backyard and called the garden a victory garden because she needed to believe something was growing, even when everything else felt uncertain. Her husband might have been overseas. Her children were at school, trying to act normal. And she held the whole thing together with ration stamps and rolled oats and the kind of quiet determination that does not have a name, but that every homemaker knows intimately. She did it anyway. I could go through every decade. The 1950s homemaker who kept the house running like clockwork while also being expected to look like she had never broken a sweat. The 1970s woman who went back to work and was still somehow expected to have dinner ready at 6. Each era had its own version of hard. Each decade imposed a different set of constraints on women, and in each one, they figured it out. They adapted. They kept going. They did it anyway. I want to talk to you for a moment. Whatever season you are in right now, whatever is hard, whatever feels like too much, whatever you are doing that no one is noticing or thanking you for, I want you to hear this. You are in a long line of women who did it anyway. Not because they had more strength than you, not because their lives were simpler, but because they got up and they tended to what needed tending, and they made something warm and good for the people at their table. And so do you, every single day. I am Kim, and this is Homemaking Through the Decades, a place where we remember the women who came before us and where we remind ourselves that the work we do at home has always mattered. If this felt like something you needed to hear today, stay a while. There are more stories here, and every single one of them is about a woman who did it anyway, warmly, always.